Like, this show has got me going all over the place with regards to my emotions. Like, again, I say this all the time. Who would have thought I would be looking forward to a Chucky series week to week? But this episode, my God. Welcome to my safe haven, everybody. Thank you for joining me for another review of the Chucky series here on the Black Gay Comic Geek channel. I know basically the new episode 7, comes out tonight, Tuesday, so I'm hella late with this review, but you know, life happens. And then I went to Anime New York City this weekend with Fantastic Frankie. I was there with Ron, and then another friend of mine. Saw a bunch of familiar faces and met some new faces, and so yeah, it was just a lot. And then plus work and everything. It was just a lot going on this weekend. But regardless, we're here now. We are here to talk about episode 6 of Chucky, titled Cape Queer, which I'm like, what is that title? But anyway, if you have not seen episode 6 of Chucky, go back and watch that episode and come back here. But before I get into that, let me do my introductions, just in case this is your first time coming across my channel. Hello, my name is Michael, Black Gay Comic Geek. I always say the things that I love to talk about in my fantasy has blood, sex, gore, and magic. And I also like to talk about queer representation and black representation. So I'm talking superheroes, comic books, video games, fantasy, sci-fi, basically whatever I want that has blood, sex, gore, and magic, or any variation of the four. So if that's something that you're interested in, I hope you stay. Welcome to my safe haven again. Check out my other videos. Hopefully you like what you're seeing. You become a regular here on the Black Gay Comic Geek channel. But for those of you that are watching this channel for the first time or not, if you could do me a favor and hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Leave your comments below of what you think about episode 6 of Chucky so far. Like, comment, interact for the algorithm so the channel could grow, this video can grow, and we can get some eyes on it and everything like that, because I'm almost beyond the halfway point to hitting 5,000 subscribers. I think I'm about like 250 subscribers away for hitting 5,000 subscribers. Whoa, like every time I hit a milestone on this channel, I'm just so grateful and thankful for you guys that are watching, that are engaging, that are liking and commenting and everything like that on the video. So if you want to help your boy out, help me continue to grow, please hit the like button, comment below, and everything like that. So yeah, now enough about that. Enough of that housekeeping and everything. Let's jump into episode 6 of Chucky. We are now sadly only 2 episodes away from the season finale. Tonight, episode 7 is the penultimate episode, and then next week is the finale. And then who knows how long we have to wait until season 2, if we get a season 2, which I hope we do. And so yeah, the synopsis for this episode reads: Jake and his friends set a very risky trap for Chucky that could have dire consequences if it backfires. With regards to all the Child's Play movie, Cult of Chucky is now the only movie that I haven't seen. All the other Child's Play movies were on the Sci-Fi app, and that's how I was able to see Seed of Chucky. That's how I was able to watch The Curse of Chucky. And then right when I was about to watch The Cult of Chucky, they're no longer on the Sci-Fi app. And it's like, you have to watch, because who would have thought Chucky has an entire cinematic universe where if you want to be fully immersed into this world and into this series, you have to have seen the other movies. And so now I gotta probably pay for The Cult of Chucky, which I'm just like, But now, because I'm so invested in this series, I might as well just bite the bullet and buy like a digital box set of all the Chucky movies. Because with that, this episode opens with Andy and another character whose name I cannot remember. And the character actually was in Child's Play 2. And it's been a while since I've seen Child's Play 2, so I don't really remember that other character too much. Actually, let me look up her name. Andy and Kyle, who was his foster sister in the second movie, played by the same actress that played her in Child's Play 2. And then, of course, you have Alex Vincent, who's coming back to play Andy Barclay, who's actually played Andy since he played him in Child's Play 1 and 2. He didn't play him in 3, but then he also played him in The Curse of Chucky and The Cult of Chucky. So you also see certain flashbacks in this moment, in this episode, in the beginning of the Cult of Chucky, and even Child's Play 2. So they're going around, Andy and Kyle, looking for all the Chucky dolls that are around the world, that when he split his soul into all the Chuckys in the Cult of Chucky, hence the title, the Cult of Chucky. And so they're basically forming their own Men in Black organization, traumatizing kids around the planet by shooting up a bunch of Chucky dolls. But I thought it was a cool opener, and it's also cool that they're able to get all these original actors back for this series. It just goes to show how much love these actors and cast and crew have for the Child's Play series. And also, I'm pretty sure part of it is like, oh, Chucky, I'm getting a check? Yeah, sign me up. Because I'm like, what's the last thing we've seen Alex Vincent in? And also with that, like, some of the moments where he was acting with Kyle, I was like, yeah, his acting is a little, you could tell he hasn't really been acting like that. No tea, no shade, no lemonade, but, you know, I could definitely, like, his acting wasn't the greatest in this episode. Speaking of something not being the greatest, like, why is this show doing this to me? Like, I freaking hated Lexi, like, throughout the beginning of this series, and I was like, yeah, she needs to die, but now this show is like, you're doing a flip-flop, and not in a way that I want, in terms of flip-flopping, if you get with my drift, but like, now they're starting to get me to like Lexi, like, slowly but surely, I'm starting to become more endeared to her character, and I'm just like, no, why are you doing this to me? Because she was such a terrible person, especially in episode 2, where she pretended to be Jake's dying father. Like, I still think she needs her ass beat because of that fact that she thought it was okay and never really apologized for it. She only apologized to get him to bring the Chucky dolls for her sister, but like, she never really felt sorry for him or regretted her actions. But I don't know, I'm starting to become a little bit more endeared to her character, and I'm like, I hate this show because of that, and I know that's the point that they're trying to do. And so you see that their science teacher ends up being arrested for the unaliving of the principal, which obviously we know she isn't the one that did it. And I thought they were going to reveal at a certain point that her and the principal kind of had like a little thing going on. That's why they were so close. But at least I was getting those vibes. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I felt that, but they didn't really talk about it. And so maybe it's not a thing. I don't know. Maybe they'll go into it later on. But yeah, she ended up getting arrested, and then the kids try to come to her defense because they obviously know it wasn't the teacher. And Devon, who's of course obsessed with crime and horror and things like that, kind of like I am, decided to come up with the idea and plan of contacting Andy Barclay, because in doing his research into Chucky and Charles Lee Ray, he realized that Andy Barclay was the first victim of Chucky. And Andy basically tells him, like, look, you don't need to do all this work to try to look for Chucky. Eventually, he's going to find you, and it's best that you're prepared when he does. And I'm, like, so invested in this Devon ship, which is what it's called, Jake and Devon. And I actually found that out from the Child's Play official TikTok page. And, like, the moment that they had on the stairs, I'm jumping forward, obviously, but the moment they had on the stairs where the two of them were like, after this is all over, do you think we could go out on an official date? And just the cuteness of it all. I was just like, I'm like, they need to kiss in every single episode. That's what I wanted. The fact that they didn't have a moment, like after they were talking about, yeah, a proper date, and they were smiling and being all lovey-dovey, and they didn't kiss on the steps, I was like, oh, come on. Kiss, kiss, kiss. And I'm pretty sure if y'all were a heterosexual couple, they would have kissed in this episode. And that's what I mean about equality and representation. Like, I don't just want one episode where they kiss and then that never happens again. Maybe in season 2, they'll have another special episode where they kiss. No, let it be like every episode, or not every episode. Like I said, if it was a straight couple, you see straight couples kissing and interacting with each other all the time. But when it comes to like gay couples, it has to be like a special, on this special episode, kind of like what, jumping back, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the episode where Joyce's mother died, the body in season 5, that was like a special episode. The first time Willow and Tara actually kissed on screen, and it was made a moment, which is actually special, but then you never really saw it again until we got to season 6. And I get they're not technically together, but still, like, my first kiss, like, after that, I was kissing all the time, like, and even to this day, kissing is still one of my favorite things to do. So I'm like, kiss him! Kiss him! But the thing that I really want to talk about for this episode is not even the gay or the Jake or Devon, not even the 3 main characters. What I want to talk about is how cold Chucky is, cold as hell. And I was just like, I was shocked at what happened in this episode and that they actually went through with it. The whole conversation I had in last week's episode, but I was like, I wonder what the purpose of them introducing a cancer plot line in this show, because for the most part with our horror, especially supernatural horror, they don't really deal with real life diseases and everything like that. So I wonder where this is gonna go. And I especially was not thinking that this issue with Bree, Junior's mother, would be resolved in pretty much the very next episode, and in the way that it was resolved. Obviously there's going to be way lingering aspects of it, but I was like, holy shit. Like, there was a whole thing about her telling her husband and her son that she has stage 4 cancer. She's gonna fight through it. She tells her therapist she's gonna refuse treatment and she's going to push for it. She has a renewed sense of life and she wants to be there for her family and her kids, and she doesn't want her kids to see her going through chemo, and how chemo sucks a lot of energy and pretty much the life out of you. A lot of people end up dying not even from the cancer treatment. They become too weak from chemo, because she's like, I could be hit by a bus right now without the chemo treatment, like, which foreshadow. So she's like, I'm just gonna enjoy the time I have left with my son with the strength that I have without adding any burden to me. So she walked out with a renewed sense of life. And man, the fact that Chucky was right there after all of that happened and pushed a cart, I want to say a beverage cart, but clearly she wasn't on a plane, but like pushed that janitor cart in front of her and had her fall out the window on that top story floor of that building. Even though part of me was like, she could have dodged. It wasn't going that fast. But the fact that she, after all of that, ended up dying and then landed on the car, her car, and Junior saw his mother die, like, I was like, these writers are cold, and I loved it. Like, I was shocked. I was sad. I was upset at Chucky. But in terms of the writing and the fact that they actually went there, I was like, yeah, like, these writers are not letting anybody be safe. Obviously, I feel like the 3 kids are going to be safe. Probably, maybe not. But maybe Lexi might end up going next. But I feel like, obviously, Jake and Devon, because I hope they're not going to fridge the gay characters or whatever, or do the bury your gays trope. But man, this episode... And that, not only just that, but like, fast forwarding back to the end. So they set up a trap for Chucky in the house, and Chucky ends up finding them. But then also the fact that Devon's mother ended up dying in this episode too. Like, oh man, like that, this episode is just like, if you're an adult, not even just an adult, because Oliver died in the other episode, but they're just like, yeah, nobody's safe in this show, especially now that we're getting to the season finale. And in the way the mother died, like, I thought, like, once Chucky jumped on her back, it's like, oh, now the mother knows the truth. Now the mother knows that Chucky is actually alive, and she's going to help work with them and then get together with Andy and everything like that. They're going to team up together to take out Chucky. And it was like, nope, you thought, that's all wrong. I'm just like, oh, man. But yeah, these writers got these kids going through trauma. Both of Jake's parents are gone, one being taken out by a voodoo-possessed doll, and then now Devon, I don't know where his father is. Maybe his father will show up after this moment, or maybe his father is also unalive. I don't know where his father, they don't really mention his father, but I'm assuming now that his mother's gone, that's gonna have to come up. But now his mother's gone right in front of him. Junior's mother is gone right in front of him. Lexi saw Oliver, like, it's madness. I cannot wait to see, like, where are they gonna go with a season 2, especially with Andy taking out all these other Chucky dolls. And then also you got the see more with Tiffany and Nika. Tiffany's a psycho, but she's also a smart psycho. Like, she knew immediately that Nika was back in control of her body again, but for whatever reason she thinks that whatever she sees in Nika's eyes is love and romance, even though it's blood-curdling fear. And so she's like, I'd rather have you in the driver's seat than Chucky. I do kind of wish they go more into the whole voodoo aspect, because obviously voodoo is real in this world. I want to see more of the magic explored. Obviously, you know, blood, sex, gore, and magic. I want to see more of it. But yeah, also, like, I'm confused by how this magic works, in the sense of Chucky put his body, or Charles Lee Ray put his body or his soul in the body of Nika. And obviously, because you have 2 souls inhabiting one body, they fight for control. But we also know that Tiffany did the same thing when she put her soul in the body of Jennifer Tilly. Obviously, we know Jennifer Tilly is playing Tiffany, but Jennifer Tilly also played herself in, what was it, The Seed of Chucky? Yeah, The Seed of Chucky. So shouldn't Jennifer Tilly be coming out to try to fight or gain control from Tiffany? Like, how does that work? But yeah, another episode that I really enjoyed. I can't wait to watch the next episode. Not tonight, because again, I watch it on the Sci-Fi app. It's not going to show up on the app tomorrow. And then plus, Fantastic Frankie and I are going to see a Broadway show tonight at 7 p.m. So I need to hurry up and edit this review and then record other reviews. Because I need to record. I'm so behind on a lot of my content, so I apologize for that. Like, I need to talk about Encanto, because I saw that like last week. I got to see the first 2 episodes of Hawkeye, so I need to record that. Like, it's a lot of content that I need to record, so, you know, be on the lookout for that. But anyway, yeah, I'm excited about this show. I'm excited about this series. Hopefully you are just as excited for me, and you're looking forward to these videos coming out every week. So if you can, do me a favor again and hit that thumbs up button. It'll really help with the YouTube algorithm and everything like that. If this is one of your first time checking out one of my videos, please check out the other videos on my channel. If you like what you see, please subscribe for more and hit that bell notification button so you're alerted every single time I post a new video. Tell your friends, families, and neighbors about my channel to help me continue to grow. And as always, I will catch you guys next time.